Hi, I'm Peter Tragos, host of the Lawyer You Know podcast and YouTube channel. The saying goes, everyone hates lawyers until you need one. Well, I'm here when you need one to answer your questions and give you insight that you didn't know you needed. Along with my partners, Pete Sardis, the professor, who has a finance and business background, and George Tragos, my dad, and the consigliere, a criminal defense giant, we can answer any questions you have.
What's up, everybody? It's Peter Tragos, the Lawyer You Know, and we are bringing you some updates on Twitter v. Musk. And as you know, if you've been following this case with us, we are only 2/3 of the way through that 60-page complaint, and part 3 will happen next week, where we finish reading the final 20-ish pages of that complaint, breaking down what Twitter is claiming. But today is the culmination of another fight between Twitter and Elon Musk, where Twitter filed a motion to expedite these proceedings and rush this case to trial. If you don't know what expedite these proceedings means, you may have guessed it just by the title. Let's get this show on the road. They want to have this trial done within the next 60 to 90 days. While Elon Musk and his team say, we need some time, let's push it to next year, we will have the trial then. So on today's video, we're going to break down what each side is asking for, and we just got the judge's decision as to when this trial will be. So if you all enjoy this content, make sure you hit the like button and ask any questions you have in the comment section below, and subscribe to our page if you haven't already. So a motion to expedite a trial is not all that rare. We file it from time to time in our cases here as plaintiffs, personal injury lawyers in Florida, for a number of different reasons. But most of the time, they are centered around the health or age of our client, meaning we have to get this trial done sooner rather than later so our client can get their day in court. And they are almost always granted, and many times they're even agreed to by the other side. But when the other side objects, the judge does have to make a decision. And what an expedited trial calendar looks like here in these kinds of cases is something like 12 months, which is already what Elon Musk wants this trial to be. And I believe Elon Musk's team wanted this trial to last about 2 weeks, or said they need about 2 weeks to handle this trial, while Twitter says 5 days is good, Judge. And as we know from discussing the Heard v. Depp or Depp v. Heard trial, it's very hard to get on an extended trial docket, and that can cause delays. Anything more than 5 days is very difficult to get on the trial calendar. But when we're talking about what Twitter is asking for, and just as a comparison, right? So our normal 12-month expedited trial here, or that process of litigation here, is in comparison to 2 to 3 years, which is average. And it's just keep getting slower because of COVID. More on that later. What Twitter is asking for, to have this trial done in 60 to 75 to maybe 90 days, seems insane to me, but according to them, all the case law backs it up, and similar cases are handled that way in Delaware. I've never had a business deal litigation type of case like this in Delaware before, so the norms there are obviously different, and they cite a ton of cases in their motion. Elon Musk said, yeah, but this case is different. So let's talk about what each side argues as to why they think their position is the one the judge should take. Twitter says, we need this case to be fast because first, similar cases like this happen quickly. Second, it's going to cause irreparable harm to Twitter if this drags out. Elon Musk keeps posting publicly, keeps affecting Twitter stock, the shareholders and their prices, and the money is going up and down and up and down, and it's very volatile. And the longer this lasts, the worse it is for everybody. And Elon Musk is basically doing this on purpose because he's trying to get out of this deal. And third, this is a very simple case. Let's get it to the finish line, Judge. We need your help. Let's do it now. And lastly, there was some drop-dead date that this was all supposed to be done in October of this year, which is a little over 90 days from now, is the end of October. Elon Musk on the other side said, yeah, but Judge, I know a lot of cases happen like this, but this is $44 billion we're talking about. This isn't some simple business agreement. It is not a simple case. It's actually complex, which is another argument they have. Figuring out the bot issue, how we test it, how many bots there are. This stuff changes every day. Third, they're saying, again, a 2-week trial docket is going to be near impossible to find in the next 60 to 90 days. And lastly, they say, actually not lastly, they say about that October drop-dead date, that's actually stayed in the contract when litigation is ensued and Twitter actually filed the lawsuit. That should be stayed. That date should be pushed. We shouldn't be held to that date. But lastly, they said the reason they've had these pre-suit and pre-litigation delays is because of Twitter. They're sending Elon Musk and his team on wild goose chases, giving them documents that don't have the answers they're looking for. And all of these delays are now just going to be used in Twitter's favor if we have to rush to the finish line. We need time to do this, time to go through this. And we won't have any legal recourse if Twitter doesn't give us what we need and what we want legally speaking. And just to give you an indication before I tell you what the judge's ruling is, if a discovery dispute pops up in a case, and talking about how aggressive a 60 to 90 day time limit would be in an entire litigation like this, in our cases, you file the complaint, you got 20 days to answer. If you need to delay the answer, usually at least one 20-day extension is reasonable and customary and professional just to give to the other side. So that's 40 days. Then you ask your first set of discovery questions. They have 30 days to answer. If they don't answer, it's professional to send a 10-day letter. It's actually in the rules. You have to send a 10-day letter before filing a motion to compel. So that's another 40 days, 30 plus 10. So now we're 80 days in. And then we have to set a hearing on the motion to compel to see if we can even get this discovery that we're looking for. So we look at the judge's calendar. It's, another 80 days out. Now we're 160 days. And we win the hearing. Yay, hurrah. The judge will give them another 10, 20, or 30 days to answer. So before we even get our first set of discovery answers, it's been 200 days. And Twitter is asking this court to have all of discovery completed and a trial done within 90 days? That seems impossible. And I'm actually re-recording this video in full disclosure because we have an answer from the court. And before we got this answer, my guess was, listen, the judge is probably going to split the baby. I can't see them possibly doing this in 60 days or 75 days, which is what Twitter's asking for. But they'll probably cut it shorter than a year, maybe 6 months. Maybe we'll have this trial in 6 months. Seems tough, but seems doable, I guess. Well, the court's answer in this case is, Twitter, you win. 5-day trial, and we're going to do it in October, about 90 days from now. That is a huge win for Twitter. And for the shareholders of Twitter, and for Twitter having their fiduciary duties and potentially trying to get this deal done and push it across the finish line. It's a big loss for Elon Musk. Because this judge is not giving any preferential treatment to this case because it's dealing with Twitter or because it's dealing with somebody like Elon Musk or $44 billion. So it's really interesting that this case is going to be pushed. This is going to be moving at a fast pace. I may not even be done reading the complaint by the time this case goes to trial. That's how quick this pace is going to be. So we're going to have a lot of action on this case. If you guys are ready for it and you want to jump on this roller coaster with us, let me know in the comments and let me know by liking the video because this is going to be some fast-paced content which we are not used to in the legal realm. Will there be mistakes? Will there be things missed? Will legal battles and discovery battles and arguments push this case to get continued, or will we actually have this trial in October? I can't wait to find out. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for watching this episode of The Lawyer You Know. If you like this content, please share it with your friends. Make sure you subscribe to our page and like our videos. If you want some interaction, get in the comments and we'll be sure to get back to you. If you want to know any more information about our firm or this page, you can find out in the description or visit tragoslaw.com. We post multiple times throughout the week, so make sure you hit that bell so you can get the notification and not miss out on the next episode.